Hey, good morning. I'm Joanne Wright Callender, the author of Making Do Growing Up Colored in the Jim Crow South During the Great Depression. Now, my book is an homage to my parents who grew up in the 40s in the South, Alabama South. But, as I was talking with a friend just this week, I really wanted to make this an intersection between faith and history for young adults, and that's why it's a young adult book. But I've had friends who are in their late 80s, going on 90s, saying, "Joanne, you can't limit this to young adults. This was interesting to me. I loved reading this." And one young beta reader shared the story with his grandmother, and she was saying, "Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right." So I felt that I had made this connection between the different generations in writing the story because I tried to take incidents that were somewhat similar to what my parents and my cousins and my uncles have expressed to me or had relayed to me, and then wove the narrative. Now, the challenge that I gave today was to be strong and persistent. I think in one of the other blogs I mentioned that a friend of mine took my volume two, because it's a trilogy, my volume two, went through it and with a fine-tooth comb. She's an English professor, and she said, "Do you want me to be, your friend or the doctor of English, professor of English?" I said, "Be the professor." And so she went through it, gave it back to me, and I am on chapter 6, slowly making progress through this since in the last 4 months, and we've been traveling too, and, the holidays, and family things come up. Like I said in the last log, that you have your life as, as a writer, but you have your family, and family comes first. And also, I've often prayed about how was I going to find the time. And, it seems like there's no time to sit down and then give this a thorough review. And actually, you don't need a bucket of time. Take 10, 15 minutes, make notes. That's the thing that really helps me, is to have continuity notes. And that helps you keep track of, oh, and this time I'm supposed to do this because that's where I left off. And the second part is to just dig deep. Things are not going to be the way you want them to be, but you still have to work hard in bringing that story to life. And one writer's book that I was reading said just to start cutting things out. And that's what I've been in the process of. Is this really pushing forward the narrative, or is it just something that I thought was a pretty cool thing to say at this point? So I'm cutting through the fat, and I'm wanting to be more concise. So those are my 2 tips for today. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please share and keep at it. Your story is worth putting together, and it's worth the time that it takes to do that. So that's my tip and my suggestion, and God bless you. Bye-bye.